Korea attempted to launch a missile from its east coast to mark late leader Kim Il-sung's birthday, but a South Korean military source says it was a failure. A strong earthquake rocked the Kumamoto region of Japan's Kyushu Island last night. Trembles were felt in parts of Korea, but no damage was reported. And many Korean adoptees overseas hope to find their roots through DNA. We bring you the stories of adoptees who found their birth families with this technology. Hello and welcome to News Today on KBS World. It's Friday, April 15th. I'm Luke Clary. North Korea attempted to launch a missile from its east coast to mark late leader Kim Il-sung's birthday. However, the launch appears to have failed, according to a South Korean military source. Here's more.
North Korea had attempted a missile launch from its east coast early this morning. It appears the missile was Musudan, North Korea's mid-range ballistic missile with a 3,000-kilometer range, which was moved forward recently. However, the Joint Chiefs of Staff announced that the launch attempt appeared to have ended in failure. Previously, the South Korea and American military authorities have been closely monitoring the situation on North after confirming that North Korea had deployed a mobile launch pad loaded with a Musudan missile to the vicinity of Wonsan in Gangwon Province. The likelihood of missile launch was projected to be quite high today since it is Kim Il-sung's birthday and the weather was clear. The Musudan is known to have a range that can cover the entire Korean Peninsula and Japan as well as the U.S. military bases in Guam. Some 50 missiles have been deployed for action since 2007, but this is the first time an actual attempt has been made to launch it. The South Korean military believes there may be additional missile launches by the North and is beefing up its response readiness. Meanwhile, the North did not declare a no-sail zone prior to the latest missile launch. The failure to issue the minimal safety alert is likely to stir up intense backlash from the international community.
North Korea has selected leader Kim Jongun as the head of the next Workers' Party meeting slated for early next month and has launched preparations for the meeting. Tensions on the Korean Peninsula have begun escalating yet again, with the specter of further North Korean provocations looming large.
North Korea has held a national meeting to mark Kim Il-sung's birthday, which is known in the North as the Day of the Sun. But the meeting focused more on praising Kim Jong-un's achievements, with the North proclaiming itself a nuclear superpower.
당의 선군 혁명 노선과 병진 노선을 변함없이 틀어주이고 인민군대를 핵심으로 하는 나라의 방위력을 억척같이 다져.
Pyongyang has also begun official preparations for the 7th Workers' Party meeting slated for early next month. The North has been exerting arduous efforts to organize the meeting. In particular, Pyongyang announced that Kim Jong-un was unanimously selected to lead the Workers' Party meeting.
세계적인 군사 강국, 핵 강국의 전열에 높이 올려 세우신 것은 천만년 미래를 억척같이 담보해 주신 민족사적 대공적입니다.
With the next party meeting fast approaching, attention is being focused on possible additional provocations from the North through actions such as a nuclear test or missile launch. Observers say the geopolitical situation on the Korean Peninsula will likely reach a climax, either deteriorating further or entering a new phase depending on Kim Jong-un's choices on the occasion of the Workers' Party meeting.
A strong earthquake rocked the Kumamoto region of Japan's Kyushu Islands last night. The trembles were felt in the southeastern regions of South Korea as well as Jeju Island, but no damage has been reported on the Korean Peninsula.
A magnitude 7 earthquake hit Kumamoto Prefecture in the southern island of Kyushu, Japan around 9:30 p.m. last night. The Busan Regional Office of Meteorology and fire stations in the vicinity, about 300 kilometers away from the epicenter, received dozens of inquiries about the tremor.
저희 집 건물이 빌라인데 4층짜리 그게 통째로 흔들렸어요. 흔들리고 책상도 좀 흔들리는 상태였고요.
Around the same time, reports of earthquake ensued in the southern region where the cities of Ulsan, Gyeongju, and Pohang are located, as well as in Jeju Island. The Korea Meteorological Administration's Earthquake and Volcano Center announced that its seismograph showed that tremors between magnitudes 1 and 2 were detected in the southeastern and Jeju regions in the aftermath of last night's earthquake in Japan. However, the KMA explained that the quake generated only a little shaking in South Korea and the vibration wasn't strong enough to cause any damage. In fact, no damages have been reported in the areas that felt the seismic movement.
The project to raise the sunken Sewol ferry and find the bodies of 9 missing passengers has begun in earnest. The Ministry of Oceans and Fisheries says the ferry will likely be lifted in July, barring inclement weather conditions.
The sunken Sewol ferry will be lifted without separating it into segments. None of the ship's parts will be cut because the bodies of the missing passengers may still be trapped inside.
Lifting the wreck in one piece from such a depth under such conditions has never been done before, so this is a very, very difficult and very challenging project, and indeed a world first.
A safety net has been installed around the ferry and the pier to prevent the loss of victims' bodies. Currently, operations to secure buoyancy are underway. Airbags will be installed both inside and outside the ferry to reduce the submerged weight of the ship from 8,300 to 3,300 tons. The forward part of the ferry will be lifted next month. In June, steel lifting beams will be installed at the bottom. Subsequently, the Sewol ferry will be placed on a floating dock while still in the water, and in July it will finally be transported onto land. However, the lifting process is expected to hit numerous snags because of the rapid currents in the area and poor underwater visibility of less than a meter.
Many Korean adoptees overseas hope to find their roots through DNA tests. Next, we bring you the story of some of the Korean-born adoptees who have succeeded in finding their birth families over the past 6 months through DNA comparisons.
Bianca was adopted by a Dutch family when she was just 6 months old. After reaching adulthood, she came to Korea to find her birth parents. But the only information remaining at the adoption agency was a document indicating where she was found and a few photographs. Her last hope hinges on a DNA test.
I think it's my last chance to find them. But hopefully I'll find them.
Several adoptees have found their roots through DNA tests. 5 Koreans adopted into American families have already found their birth families over the past 6 months.
It said that we were half siblings. So now I have 2 half-sisters and a half-brother.
So far, roughly 1,000 Korean adoptees have provided their genetic information. But the key is whether their biological families in Korea would consent to DNA testing. To encourage their participation, Korean adoptees overseas are coming back to Korea to get involved in publicity campaigns to raise awareness. Thanks to their earnest efforts, families that were hesitant in providing their DNA for fear of judgment are opening up their hearts.
The Ministry of Education is poised to promote education in schools about North Korea to prepare for national reunification. So far, South Korean school children have had few opportunities to learn about life in the North.
A blindfolded tagger follows the sounds of claps while trying to catch other kids. This is a North Korean children's game that resembles its South Korean version.
놀이하고 어떤 생각이 들었어요?
우리 놀이랑 비슷해가지고 진짜 우리 민족인 것 같았어요.
Children also discuss what kinds of jobs may appear after the South and the North unite.
조금밖에 없을 것 같았는데 생각보다 친구들 얘기를 들어보니까 많아서 신기했어요.
Such hands-on classes about national unification have been provided so far only at designated schools. But from now on, they will be held in all elementary, middle, and high schools. The Education Ministry plans to publish and distribute textbooks about unification for each specific school level. It has also advised schools to expand classes on national unification to 10 hours a year. Elementary school children will learn about folk games played in the North and its dialect. Middle school students will learn about the history of national division, and high schools will teach their students about the financial costs and profits associated with unification.
수험 연구회를 저희가 10개 정도 운영할 계획이고, 그다음에 자격연수에서도 통일교육에 대한 과목을 이수하도록 하고.
Last year, the percentage of students who said that unification was necessary after receiving education on the issue was 12% higher than for those who had not received such lessons.
Women golfers belonging to the Korea Professional Golf Association played the role of instructors to aspiring youths. Here's more on their contributions.
This sixth grader hopes to improve her drive shot. Pro golfer Park Sung-hyun, known for her long shots, checks the youngster's drive posture and provides a solution.
그리고 어드레스 할 때 이게 조금 열려 있는 게 좋아, 발이.
This middle school student always felt nervous when her ball fell into a bunker. But now that she's been taught by a top-level pro golfer, she has grown more confident.
벙커샷도 원래 잘 못했는데 알아듣게 좀 해주시는 것 같아요.
Women professional golfers have assumed the role of instructor for the day. They taught the young golfers various techniques, such as how to make drive shots, putts, and bunker shots. The pro golfers reminisced about their days as novices and willingly shared their experiences.
미래가 좀 유망한 선수들이 많더라고요. 어떻게 보면 이제 미래의 라이벌이잖아요. 그러니까 좀 기대가 되고 많이 귀엽기도 하고.
Through these special golf lessons for aspiring pro golfers, the older players cheered on the dreams of young students, while the young participants promised to become great golfers.
The KBS TV show Hometown Report, which debuted 25 years ago and airs every evening, has marked its 6,000th episode. A special festival was held to celebrate the occasion by distributing seeds of indigenous Korean crops free of charge.
있겠습니다. 6시내 고향이 오늘 6,000회를 맞았습니다.
The KBS TV show Hometown Report has been dedicated to introducing homegrown Korean food products and the lives of elderly people in rural areas. The show has turned 25 this year and recently aired its 6,000th episode.
음식 프로그램이라든가 아니면 그 농촌에서 고생하고 있는 거 이런 실정 이런 상당히 공감이 가는 부분이 많아요.
The show has been hosted by 27 anchors since its premiere, with announcers Lee Geum-hee and Park Yong-ho as its very first hosts. The production crew of the show has traveled a combined distance of 6.6 million kilometers to bring viewers the latest from rural areas nationwide. That's long enough to circumnavigate the globe 166 times and travel between the Earth and the Moon 8 times. Hometown Report has become a signature show that connects urban and rural areas and brings people of all ages together. Its next goal is to promote an eco-friendly lifestyle.
특히 젊은 시청자들이 친환경 라이프 스타일을 실제로 본인들이 체험하고 누릴 수 있도록 그런 정보들을 좀 더 적극적으로 전해드릴 계획입니다.
A festival marking the show's 6,000th episode will be held until tomorrow. Visitors will receive the seeds of indigenous Korean crops free of charge.
Rice rolls often offer a savory delight in just one bite. Unique varieties of rice rolls are riding a wave of popularity as they are delicious and beautiful. In today's Yum Yum TV, we bring you into the world of rice rolls.
A round-shaped food catches the eyes of diners at a Korean buffet restaurant in Sewol. It's a rice roll made with chicken, ginseng, jujube, and sticky rice, the ingredients for samgyetang, the traditional Korean dish of ginseng chicken soup.
To have something that you cannot find usually on the buffet. So we wanted to our guest experience the authentic Korean flavor, presented a little bit in a modern way, easy to eat.
The one bite-sized roll is eaten with some broth, offering the diner a new experience.
모양 자체도 이쁘고 먹기에도 다양한 것 같아요.
Now, here's a 50-centimeter long, enormous pork cutlet roll, bigger than a grown-up's arm. The key ingredient to this roll is pork. The meat must be 1.5 centimeters thick. If the meat is too thin, it can be torn easily. If the meat is too thick, it can overwhelm the flavors of other ingredients. Place a variety of cheese and vegetables on the pork and roll them up together. Coat the roll in flour and egg before frying it in oil. Arrange 2 25-centimeter pork cutlet rolls together and add some bean sprouts at the center. Your enormous pork cutlet roll is ready.
길이만 긴 게 아니고 맛이 있어서 진짜 좋은 것 같아요.
Let's make some rolls on our own. First up is a beef and vegetable roll. Mix soy sauce, sugar, salt, and cooking wine. Leave thin beef in the marinade for 15 to 20 minutes. Don't forget to remove blood from the meat before marinating it. Spread the beef flat and add vegetables. Then, roll them up together. Roast the roll well and slice it into bite-sized pieces. Now, let's make a bacon and chicken breast roll. Season chicken breast with salt and pepper and cook the meat in a double boiler. Slice the chicken breast down and blend with dried cranberries, almonds, cream cheese, mayonnaise, and sugar. Place the mixture on a wide sheet of bacon and roll it up. Bake it in a pan for 2 minutes. Now, you can have a delicious but light-tasting roll of bacon and chicken breast. These savory rolls are a great choice to boost your appetite in spring.
Now we'll take a look at the markets, followed by the world weather. And that's it for this edition of News Today. Thanks so much for being with us. We'll see you again on Monday. Have a great weekend. Goodbye.